Hey gang, welcome back. Got an interesting question from Andy in the community about essentially setting up the ability to have a boss fight, and if the boss escapes or times out, then triggering a level end. But if you defeat the boss before they escape, then we can spawn a true last boss. So Andy, I got you covered. I thought I'd just take a few minutes here and see if I could get this together for you. So first of all, let's get to the proof. So there's the boss. He just timed out. Oh, boss escaped in level. Womp womp. Now I'm gonna kill the boss. Yeah! Now the true last boss is active. Boink. Yeah, it's still nothing to me though. All right. So how did we do this? All right. So it starts here. We basically have a gameplay trigger. In this case, it's set to switch mode, and the connected entity state is all alive. So when the boss wakes up, then this will be alive. And then we have basically a fake enemy, which I call a bool enemy. That's why I just named him Little Bool. And what we're going to do here is we're going to do a couple things. So one is we're going to have a connected trigger state, which is also connected enemy state is alive. So when this, when the boss wakes up, it then says, "Hey, I'm alive." Then we have this tracker for whether the boss stays alive or if it dies. And then we come down here, what we just talked about, and then we just basically have a timer here, which is the duration in which you think the boss needs to escape. So in our case, we just set it to 3 seconds, and after 3 seconds, then we do two things. So one is we trigger our little debug help text, boss escaped in level, and then just so I could read that, I added a 1 second duration. You don't really need to do this, and then I have the in level condition here, or gameplay script object. So now, the other thing that we do is, so when this guy wakes up, if we kill the boss, because what's happening here is this is in switch mode. So when you kill the boss, for instance, that then triggers the bool condition to no longer be alive. So we have a trigger down here, which is connected enemy state is all dead. So if the bool condition is then well, if the enemy state is dead, and we're looking for the trigger condition of it being dead, then we're going to trigger this logic. And because this is also in switch mode and the timers are all in switch mode, then what happens is that because this condition is no longer true for the enemy's state being alive, this circuit logic basically is no longer valid. And so it stops because switches mean you can turn it on and off. And a counter, if it's in the middle of counting, can be switched off and it will never reach its duration of, in this case, 3 seconds for us. So in that case, what we do is we bail out of that, and then we do two things. One is we say TLB active true last boss, and then we spawn the true last boss enemy. So, and if you want to see what this looks like here, yep, and Katoonch. And if you want to see what it looks like the other way, which I showed, and Katoonch. Yeah, so that's all you need to do. A lot of Shmup creator brain logic from all the years from Make My Own Games. I was like, I think we can do this. So to make this easy, so again, boss, trigger, bool enemy, trigger, counter, and then end trigger. And then in that case, down here for true last boss spawning, and then true last boss. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I'll get this video up for you. I appreciate the questions. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon.